What's going on, everybody? This is DJ Steve Maffei Jr., Steve Maffei Entertainment Company. You guys know me from Point Park University Radio, WPPJ. Also know me from B94, Scuba the Intern. You know me from being all over the city, supporting all the local artists and all the different events in and out of the city of Pittsburgh. What's up? Well, it actually started about 38 years ago with a story that started with my family. It's actually my father, Steve Maffei Sr. He was one of the original Quiet Storm hosts on Whammo back in the early 80s, and he was one of the first DJs to start rocking private events like weddings and bar mitzvahs and clubs and just events all over the city. And when I grew up through the late 80s into the 90s and into the early 2000s, I kind of wanted to get into the entertainment business. I had a great passion for it. I was born into it. I had music around me constantly and all the time. And year 2001, I picked up my first microphone at the age of 12 and started hosting events and kind of get a little bit of a guiding light. And that's what got me into the business, was being around it my whole entire life and just having something that was a family goal and a family passion and family love. I mean, I was 3 and 4 years old sitting on bar stools eating peanuts, watching my father perform for a couple hundred people and sometimes even 1,000 people. And along with his radio experience at Whammo and getting into some other different radio stations, he was a mobile DJ. So he had the ambition and the drive to get into being as big as a band or as big as a rapper as he possibly could, having all the biggest gear, the biggest lights. And I kind of took that same belief. And from age 12 all the way to now, which is about 11 years later, I've been doing it ever since. 250 events a year, and I certainly love what I do and have a great passion for it. I toured a lot of different colleges, a lot of different universities in and out of the city, and I really had a great passion for music, because I had already been DJing for almost 5 years before I got into college. And I wanted to be at a station and a school that was going to provide me with the correct education, but at the very same time, the education that was going to let me do what I knew I had to do to be successful. And freshman year, I started out my first week. I saw a sign that was going to get me into the radio station. They were looking for online DJs and jocks and things like that. So I went in, proposed a little mixtape, a little demo, talked to the manager of the station, and I got in there, and I named my show called the Wake Up Dance Party. And that was a show that stayed all the way from freshman year all the way over to my senior year. And it was something that I knew I wanted to take a whole different image than any other DJ in the city. I wanted to showcase a local talent. I wanted to showcase my abilities as an entertainer and as a DJ to take it to another level. And I started that show freshman year, and fortunately enough, I went from freshman year all the way to my senior year, as I said before, and it just gained more popularity and more popularity. I started with a listenership of about 30 people, and when I was done, I had 30,000. And that's something that I was wanting to get into, and something that's very as a goal for me, a great achievement. And that's something that I take great pride in. And that's something that, when you look at a college radio station, numbers like that, you can even compare them to a national syndicated radio station, like a KISS FM or a Whammo or a B94. That's actually the amount of listenership that those stations were having, and we were only a college radio station. So I find it as a great achievement. My main motivation to get into that was, again, just being a part of music and wanting to be my own person and my own image. And that's what got me into doing college radio at Point Park. The biggest thing in the music business, and everybody can attest to this that's watching this video, is your name is everything. If you have a clean name, good performance, good quality business, professionalism, that is what's going to make you successful in the business world and in the entertainment world. And that's something that when I first started DJing, a lot of people had suggested to me to have a DJ name. Can I be DJ Spider? Can I be DJ this, DJ that? And I really didn't want to have a name to depict an alternate personality or alter ego like a lot of DJs do. I wanted to have my name as the staple in the brand for everything that I did. If somebody asked me to do a party, who's doing it? Steve Maffei Jr. Who's emceeing your event? Steve Maffei Jr. Who helped you promote this event? Steve Maffei Jr. Your name is synonymous with a lot of different things in life, where you work, your family, and that's something that I take great pride in, is my family name and where I come from. I come from an Italian background and an old school Italian heritage, and I believe in my name and the education that I can portray upon somebody by having my name as a part of a project is something that's very important to me. So the overall branding of everything, whether it be for Steve Maffei Entertainment or SMJ CPAP or just me, as a DJ hosting an event or doing an event, branding is, my name. And how I got into branding my name is putting it at the forefront of every single thing I do. I don't do anything else for somebody until my name, is attached to it. If somebody says, I'm willing to work with you, I want to do this, I want to do that, then I will certainly do that with them. And I'm going to attach my name because I'm not only very proud of what I've established myself, I'm also very proud of the person that I'm working with, and I believe in the project that they have, and I believe in the goal that they have, and the dream and the drive that they have. So I will attach my name to something that's going to be positive and successful. And that's how I went about branding myself. When you are branding something, when you're trying to portray a message that you need to have out there and get out there to the public, especially in this big, wide world, there's millions of people all over the place. You need to do one thing and one thing only, and that's keep it clean. You don't need to have negative connotations and negative, looks and negative things going towards your name. Every single thing you associate your name with has to be a positive thing. And I'm not saying you're not ever going to have any faults in your business career or make mistakes. This isn't a perfect world. Everybody makes mistakes. But, when you have your name, you have a good image, you have a good, portrayal and a good, view, so to speak, in the community and in the city that you belong, then that is something that, could brand your name further and, longevity-wise as far as you possibly can into the future. And that furthermore is going to take your business all the way, to the end of your lifetime, hopefully. And that's something that, you have to do is you put your name there first, and you put that positive product and that drive and that professionalism right behind it. And that's what takes your business to the next level and gives it that professionalism and longevity for the future. Yeah, the hip-hop scene in Pittsburgh, when I first started getting into DJing, I always had a great admiration and respect for it. And when I got into the business, I wanted to take those artists, those amateur artists, the guys that have been in the city, and the women for that matter as well, that have been just constantly grinding and doing the best they can to succeed in their neighborhoods and in their areas. And I wanted to take their talents and their abilities and their musical, talent again, and just take it to the next level. I mean, at Point Park, when I first started getting into promoting the artists themselves, it was my goal to take local music and push it to the next level. Before even Point Park, I knew who people like Wiz Khalifa were. I knew who Mac Miller was. I knew who Collage Dame was. I knew who a lot of different people were. And that was something that I wanted to take those artists that were big in this city and push them to the next level by any means that I could. And I did that by, playing them on Point Park's radio station, by spinning them at my live events. And, ultimately artists like, Wiz and Mac and, Collage and just a lot of different people in general that are being successful in this city. You have OE, you have 2Gs, you have, Bricks and all those different people that are doing the best they possibly can to make something out of themselves. I support their dream and I support their goal, and that was my intent when I first got into Point Park's radio station. And when I got into the DJ business, is to take local artists from all walks and genres of music. It doesn't even have to be hip-hop. It could be rock, it could be country, it could be oldies, it could be techno, it could be dubstep. It could be anything. As long as you have that goal and you have that dream and you have that drive, I'm there to support you in any way that I can, because I fully believe in one thing, that this city has a lot of great talent. And I believe that, this city can just blow beyond belief, and it already has in a lot of different respects in the last couple of years. But there's so much more talent that this city has to offer. It just needs to be properly shown and guided and prospected and promoted in the proper way. And that was my whole intent when I first started at Point Park. That's been my intent since I started as a DJ. Structurally and historically, the city has gone all the way back to artists like George Benson. You remember him from all the jazz and playing guitar and all the different instruments that he did, to the Marcells, the Skyliners, all the doo-wop and oldies acts out of this 50s, 60s, and 70s. If you want to get into the hip-hop end of things, I mean, those early artists broke into that scene, the urban scene, which it was back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and they made way for people like Mailman and a lot of different people that made successful moves up into the the national world, all the way up to the Wizzes and the Mac Millers. And this city is, as I said, so talented in a lot of different ways. They need to focus not only their talents and their abilities towards the public, as they've been doing for the last couple of years, but what they need to do is they need to target their demographic. They need to actually go after the crowd that they're going after. If you're a hip-hop artist and you want to promote your songs to a 21 and up crowd, then that's something that you need to focus on, or focus your marketing and your promotions on. If you're a top 40 artist and you want to get into the pop world and you want to work with the age demographic of 13 to 17, then that's what you have to focus your music on and focus your promotion towards. And that's the demographic you have to go, after. It's called geo-marketing. You're geographically and demographically going after, different age ranges and different people and different kids and different just overall public, groups of people to target your audience. If you're a Gucci Mane fan, and I know there's a ton of them in this city, this is Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, we all know this, then you need to target an audience that's 18 and up. If you're a Justin Bieber fan, then your target audience is from, age 8 to maybe 16. That's something that you need to do, is target your audience. And at the same time, going back to what I said earlier in this interview, you need to have that positive professionalism and that positive image and that positive, just all about presentation about yourself when you get into those demographics, because that's what takes you further into that demographic.